the crew. Bob and the gang have so much fun. Working together, they get the job done. Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can. Milton and Bird, Travis and Spud, playing together like good friends should. Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can.
Oh, hello, Bob the Builder here. Mrs. Bentley has a very special job for us to do. We're going to fix Mr. Bentley's old train set so that Mrs. Bentley can give it to him for his birthday.
Rock and roll!
There! What does everyone think?
I like it. It's really cool.
Oh, but it's all broken, Bob.
You can fix it though, can't you, Bob?
No problem, Rolly. Would you like to see a film of real trains and tracks?
Yeah. Rock and roll!
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Then take a look at this film. Trains are not like cars. Cars travel on roads, but trains like this one travel on railroad tracks. Railroad tracks have to have solid foundations. These foundations are called railroad ties. Railroad ties are made from concrete, which is poured into molds. The concrete dries and becomes very hard and strong inside the molds. Then the railroad ties are all cut to exactly the same size. On site, the new railroad track is dropped into place inside the old track. The track replacement train removes the old track and replaces it with the new. It also digs up the old wooden railroad ties. This special machine collects the new concrete railroad ties. The new railroad ties fall into place one by one. Then the new railroad track is placed on top of the railroad ties. Next, the track is secured using metal clips. Each clip is made secure. Finally, gravel is laid down and flattened around the track. Now it's ready for the first train to travel on it.
Oh, there's a lot to fix, Bob. Where are you gonna start?
The best place to start is with a good foundation, Lofty. Just like the foundations we built in Sunflower Valley. Take a look at this film. The team helped me build lots of different foundations in Sunflower Valley, like when we added an addition to this house. First of all, Scoop and Muck dug out lots of dirt. The dirt was loaded into Muck's dumpster and taken away. Then Dizzy poured cement into the foundations to make them really strong. These railroad ties let Dizzy cross the wet cement before it dried. Scoop and Muck and Dizzy, Rolly, Lofty, and Wendy were always there to help. We worked as a team, marking out the foundations, digging out the dirt, getting the foundations ready so that Dizzy could pour in the cement. I liked laying bricks, and Lofty liked laying floors. It's fun working as a team. Everyone has a special job, something they're really good at. Do you remember what the jobs were? There's marking out the foundation, digging out the dirt, pouring in cement, and laying bricks. The team also built the foundation for my new mobile home. Everyone helped, even Travis. I think we're a great team.
Foundations are important, aren't they, Bob?
That's right, Rolly. But there's a lot more to laying train tracks than just foundations. There are 3 stages when you're laying railroad track. The first stage is the foundation. We'll need Dizzy and Lofty's help for that. The second stage is construction, where the railroad tracks are laid. The third stage is completion, where the job is finished and everything is cleaned up. Hello, little truck. You want to help? There's nothing to do yet, little truck, because Lofty and Dizzy are working on the first stage. Now, stage 1. Do you remember what that is? That's right! It's a foundation! The first things to prepare for the foundation are the concrete railroad ties. They're like foundations that go onto the track. Railroad ties are made in molds, just like these. Metal rebars are fitted to make the railroad ties very strong. Next, the molds are filled with concrete, just like Dizzy is doing here. There! The foundation's finished. Now it's time for the second stage, construction. Oh, hello again, little truck. You'd like to help with the construction? Well, there's nothing for you to do right now, little truck. Yes, little truck. I'm sure there'll be something for you to do real soon. The first thing to do with construction is to get rid of the old rail spikes that hold the railroad track in place. Next, Lofty removes the old track. Well done, Lofty. The old railroad track is taken away, and the old wooden railroad ties are taken away. The ground has to be rolled out and pressed down flat. Then Lofty lays down the brand new railroad ties. And the new railroad track is laid. The railroad tracks are welded together. Welding sticks them together by using heat. Then the rails are secured with special metal clips. Just one more thing to add now. It's a railroad crossing, which is the place where cars and people cross the railroad track. That's it for stage 2. The third stage is the completion. All the old railroad track and the rail spikes go to be recycled. Hello, little truck. Don't look so sad. I've got a job for you. We've just built a brand new railroad crossing, and it needs someone to try it out. Yes, little truck. That's you. So, that's how we lay railroad track.
These films are really great, Bob.
Ooh, can we see some more, please?
No problem, everyone. I'm going to fix this track in the workshop, and you can go on site. Do you remember the first stage? It's foundations. Cars travel on roads, boats travel on water, but trains travel on railroad track. Railroad track needs to have really good foundation because trains are so heavy. The foundations for railroad track are concrete ties. They're made in a big factory just like this one. This machine is preparing the railroad tie molds with a special spray. Then really strong bolts are dropped into the molds. They'll fasten the ties to the railroad track. This wire will help make the concrete railroad ties really strong. It's laid out in long lines before being dropped into the molds. Every wire is checked to make sure it's in exactly the right place. Now, this big truck has something very important to deliver. The truck's stopping here to empty its load. Have you guessed what that is yet? That's right! It's a sand and gravel mix, which is carried on this conveyor into the factory. The last of the truck's load is emptied out. Look how quickly it's moving on the conveyor. It's very fast, isn't it? It takes the sand and gravel to a really big mixer. Then, water and cement are added. Everything is given a really good stir until it's ready. The liquid concrete is poured into the molds. This will take some time because there are lots of molds to be filled. And each one has to be filled right to the top. Just by pressing a few buttons, the driver can make sure that every last drop of the concrete is used. Then it's smoothed out. Now we have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of finished concrete railroad ties. For nearly finished, this machine has to cut the railroad ties into just the right length. Wow, that saw must be very sharp. There! 4 more brand new railroad ties. Just a few finishing touches as special plates and clips are added that will hold the track onto the railroad ties. All these railroad ties are ready to be delivered. This giant gantry crane loads them onto railroad cars. Even though it's a very big gantry crane, it only needs one control to lift and move the railroad ties very carefully onto the railroad cars. But the job's not finished yet, because there are a lot more railroad ties waiting to be loaded onto the railroad cars. So, that's the first stage.
I know what the second stage is, Bob.
It's construction!
You're both right.
Hooray!
This is the track renewal train. It's very big, isn't it? Its job is to take up the old railroad track and lay down the new track. Here's a big crane. It's very useful because it can lift itself onto the railroad track. Then it lifts the new track into position, ready to be secured. The driver controls everything from inside his cab. See how the crane moves along the railroad track, pulling in the rail little by little. Each piece of track is welded together. But first, they have to cut the railroad track to make sure there are no rough edges. Then the welding can begin. To make the joint strong, they have to make the welding material very hot. When it's cooled down, the weld is made nice and smooth, just like that. The track renewal train is built to do lots of different jobs. Can you see that it's moving all the old railroad track out of the way? Then it pulls out all the old wooden railroad ties. The old railroad ties are taken away on a conveyor. Then all of the old spikes are taken out. Any really badly damaged railroad ties are pulled out of the train and left next to the track, waiting to be recycled. Here are some more old railroad ties. They're ready to be recycled too. Just watch this gantry. It actually runs on the track renewal train. It's taking the old railroad ties right to the end of the train. Let's go along with it, shall we? Whoa, this is great! See how the machine stops in exactly the right place to drop off the old railroad ties. The machine unloads the old ties. Now watch. The machine backs up on the track, but only as far as some of the new concrete railroad ties. The new railroad ties are lifted on board and are ready to be taken back to the front of the train. Okay, let's go! Traveling on trains is fun! As the new railroad ties arrive, they're unloaded onto the train's conveyor. Can you see that the new railroad ties are replacing the old ones? They're dropped in place one by one. Everyone works very hard until all the old railroad ties are replaced. Now they can finish laying the brand new railroad track. This big digger has a very special job. It's using its grab to dig up an old railroad crossing. None of the timbers are wasted. They'll all be taken away and recycled. The digger is very strong, so digging up these timbers is easy. No problem. Good job. Next, this tractor cuts a hole where the new railroad crossing will be. With a big saw like this, the job won't take long. It's cutting through the ground very quickly. There! All finished. This railroad crossing is made from concrete and then covered in asphalt. Asphalt is black and sticky. When it's rolled out, it dries very hard. Asphalt helps make the railroad crossing strong. It needs to be, because cars and trucks will be driving over it every day. Just one or two final touches and the railroad track and the railroad crossing will be ready to use. There! The track is in place and the second stage is finished. Can you remember what comes third? You're right! Completion! It takes a lot of very big machines to lay the railroad track. This one is great because it can run on rail as well as on the road. Its job is done now, so it's getting out of the way before the other machines arrive. We'll see those machines shortly. The first job is to make the railroad track secure. Can you see what's happening? The railroad track is being lifted and clips put in place. Then the track is lowered back onto the clips. Here's another big machine. It has a special job. It secures the clips to the railroad track. Even though the machine does a good job of tightening most of the clips, sometimes one might need just a little bit more tightening. It's best to do that with a big hammer. Now, when that's done, the side of the track has to be cleared of all the old damaged wooden railroad ties. Then they'll be recycled. The old metal spikes and clips are cleaned up by using a really big magnet. This magnet has electricity going through it, making it very powerful, so that it can pick up the old metal nobody wants anymore. Then it's taken away so it can be recycled. Next, gravel is spread onto the side of the track. The gravel will help support the railroad ties and the rails. A lot of gravel is needed to do a good job. Behind the gravel train is another big machine. Can you see what it is? That's right, it's a digger. Its job is to spread out the gravel. Using these levers and dials, the driver can clear the track very quickly. Then it's the turn of this machine. It's just like a big bulldozer. It flattens the gravel inside and outside the rail track. Now it's the giant sweeper's turn. Its job is to clear the track of loose rocks. Everything is cleaned up around the railroad track, even loose dirt. Then the loose dirt is flattened using this special metal plate. There's a lot of railroad track to clean up before the job's finished. Now, can you guess what this machine is doing? If you look closely, you can see. It's smoothing out the gravel to make sure that the railroad ties and railroad track are level. When this job is finished, the brand new railroad track will be ready. There! It's all finished. Now we can take a train ride. Come on, everyone. Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah! That model train is all right.
These children think trains are a lot of fun, too. In fact, they think trains are so special, they're going to build one of their own. Can you see what they're doing? They've got cardboard, glue, and colored pens. This train is going to look fantastic. If you're cutting cardboard, it's best to use special safety scissors so you don't cut yourself. You can use all sorts of colored paper to decorate your train, like green, or a really bright yellow, or red. This cardboard has hearts on it. It's fun to stick things on cardboard. You can cut out squares or circles or triangles, just like this. Cutting out, coloring in, and sticking things on are fun too, as long as you make sure things are really stuck. Just like that. Cardboard boxes make great train cars. You can glue your colored paper to the side of your box. That's right. Perfect. Then paint it any way you want to with yellow squiggles or nice curvy lines. You could even decorate your box with cotton balls. All finished! Time to get the passengers on board. This train is ready to roll!
Are the little sheep getting on the train, Bob?
No, Lofty. Sheep are the sort of things you see outside from a train. What do you think you might see out of the window of a train? These children think they know what they'd see. These children are drawing a big picture of the things they might see from a train. Who do you think might be in that car? What do you think this could be? Aha! I know what this is, but do you? A cotton ball and some glue. Aha! I know what this is. Have you guessed what this is yet? The children think you can see lots of animals from a train. Animals that you'd see on a farm, like cows with big horns. And sheep in a field eating lots of yummy green grass. That must be the farmer driving his car and the farmer's wife sitting with him. There's also a big barn on this farm. Would you see the same things from your train? Oh, here's another puzzle. What are the children doing? They're drawing something, but it's not a house or a fence. What could it be? I think you know what it is. Let's take a closer look. Aha! That looks like a railroad track tie. So this must be train track. And there's the train. All aboard! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Do you know any rhymes about trains? I know one. It goes like this. Here's a little train. Hear its whistle blow. Happy little train, chugging to and fro, up and down a track, all around the town. Happy little train, chugging up and down. Here's a little train. Hear its whistle blow. Say it with me now. Woo, woo, woo!
Mr. Bentley will love his new train set, won't he, Bob?
That's right, Rolly, because Mr. Bentley loves trains. Do you remember that time when we constructed that new railroad track? The whole team was there. Wendy was in charge. The track was very, very old and had to be replaced. Lofty took away the old rails, and Mug took the old railroad ties away. Mr. Bentley inspected the work, which made Lofty nervous. Careful, Lofty. I hope he doesn't drop that rail. That's it. Slowly now. Good job, Lofty. In fact, good job, everyone. Mr. Bentley isn't the only one who likes trains. My dad, Robert, loves riding on trains. He takes a picnic to enjoy while the train rushes past trees and fields. Chugging along the track, going in and out of tunnels. He even asked me to build him a toy train, just like the one Wendy and I built for Mr. Bentley. Dizzy helped us make paper mache. That's paper and paste all mixed up. We made all sorts of things with paper mache, like hills and houses. After that, we laid the track, then put in some things you'd see from a train, like these cows. Mr. Bentley loved his train set. He couldn't wait to get it going. Mrs. Bentley even found him a conductor's hat. The train set present was really appreciated. Happy birthday, Mr. Bentley!
Thank you, Bob.
Hooray!
I think this is a good time to remind us of everything we've learned today. Ready, Rolly?
Ready to rock and roll! On site, let's go on site. We're building train tracks every day. We build it strong and build it right, so trains can run without delay. Make the railroad ties good and strong. With steel and concrete, can't go wrong. Pour in the concrete just enough to make those ties really tough. On site, let's go on site. Just look at how we build the track. Our special train goes up and back. Bring in the new, take out the old. The track looks great. Rock and roll. On site, let's go on site. We clear the track and then we're done. Oh, come and look now, everyone. We built a train track strong and true, so trains can run for me and you. On site, let's go on site. We're building train tracks every day. We build it strong and build it right, so trains can run without delay.